Today we're taking a look at these college football matches, which are happening on Friday, December 30th, 2022, and giving you our parlay picks, match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus check out our Patreon in the link down below if you want access for our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. One more thing before we start, make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Notre Dame Fighting Irish vs South Carolina Gamecocks. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish head into this game 8-4 for this season. In their last game, the Fighting Irish took on the USC Trojans and took a loss by a score of 38-27. Drew Pyne went 23-26 with 318 yards through the air and 3 TDs. He had a quarterback rating of 221.6 and ended the game with 1 pick. Audric Estim was the rushing leader for the Fighting Irish with 6 attempts for 43 yards, 7.2 yards per carry. When all was said and done, they had 52 plays which totaled 408 yards. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish ran the ball a total of 26 different times and totaled 90 yards, earning them an average of 3.5 yards per attempt. When it came to stopping the run, the Fighting Irish conceded 204 yards on 39 attempts, which averages out to 5.2 yards per run allowed. Notre Dame allowed 18 completions on 22 tries for 232 yards and a completion percentage of 81.8%. The Fighting Irish currently have 4,592 yards in total over the course of this year. In terms of getting in the end zone, Notre Dame has earned 22 touchdowns through the air and 22 rushing touchdowns. They have surrendered the ball 16 times. Notre Dame has tallied 254 first downs and they have committed 56 infractions for 510 yards. Offensively, they're holding an average of 182.8 yards on the ground, which is 42nd in the country. In terms of getting in the end zone, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have an average of 30.7 points per game. Both of these teams finished the season strong, but Notre Dame will be without their best skill position player in Mayer and their starting quarterback in Pyne. Notre Dame will be starting Buchner, who hasn't played since September when he got hurt. The Irish held 5 of their final 7 opponents to 21 points or less, but the Gamecocks offense has gotten stronger as the season went on, scoring more than 30 points in the final 2 games of the season. Buchner likely won't be sharp in this game, and Rattler, who has committed to returning to South Carolina for another year, is playing his best football of the year. Our first pick is South Carolina plus 2.5 points. Regarding yards via the pass, the Fighting Irish have conceded 2,287 yards, which has them ranked 19th in the nation. They have given up 190.6 yards per game via the pass, as well as allowing a completion percentage of 58.3%. Overall, they have given up 327.4 yards per game, ranking them 22nd in Division I. They have surrendered 17 touchdowns through the air and 16 touchdowns running the ball. Opposing teams are running for an average of 4.0 yards per rushing attempt and 136.8 yards on the ground per game for the season. Overall, they have allowed 1,642 yards on the ground through 12 outings. The Fighting Irish are ranked 32nd in the country when it comes to their opponent's scoring, allowing 21.8 ppg. Our second pick is Fighting Irish allows under 22.5 points. The Irish had a solid season despite starting the year 0-2. Notre Dame won 8 of their last 10 games, and the team also closed the season winning 5 of their last 6 games. The Fighting Irish lost to USC in the final matchup of the year, 38-27. The team averaged just 15 points in those losses. The team's defense was solid most of the year, holding 5 of their final 7 opponents to 21 points or less. Notre Dame's quarterback play was an issue at times this season, and that was the problem in the team's losses to Stanford, Ohio State, and Marshall. The Irish will not have their starting quarterback, Drew Pyne, for this game since he entered the transfer portal. Tyler Buchner will start this game for Notre Dame. The team's leader in receiving years, Michael Mayer, has also opted out for this game. Notre Dame's offense was led by quarterback Drew Pyne, who threw for 2,021 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Pyne has entered the transfer portal, so he won't be playing in this game. Tyler Buchner, who has been out since September when he got hurt, is expected to be the Irish's starting quarterback in this bowl game. Buchner threw for 388 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in his 2 starts this season. Audric Estem led the team in rushing for 825 yards. Michael Mayer led the team in yards receiving with 809. The team's second leading wideout was Lorenzo Styles with 340 yards receiving. The Gamecocks head into this game 8-4 this season. When they last played, the Gamecocks walked away with a victory by a final of 31-30 when they played the Clemson Tigers. Spencer Rattler, 2 TDs, finished the game with 360 yards on 25 39ths through the air, while his quarterback rating was 148.3. He tossed 2 interceptions, and his average yards per pass attempt was 9.2. Jaheim Bell carried the ball 9 times for 29 yards, ending the contest with 3.2 yards per attempt for South Carolina. South Carolina ran the ball for 1.4 yards per totaling 42 yards on 31 carries. The Gamecocks finished the game with 402 yards while running 70 plays, 5.7 yards per play. The Gamecock secondary allowed a completion rate of 27.6%, relinquishing 99 yards on 8 for 29 passing. South Carolina conceded 37 running attempts for 237 yards, 6.4 yards per rush. Rattler was impressive after starting the season slowly, and the South Carolina offense put up big numbers most of the year, including scoring 63 against Tennessee and 31 against Clemson to close the year. The Gamecocks' defense was inconsistent most of the year, giving up 30 points or more in 5 games, and South Carolina's offense had to put up big numbers for this team to win 8 games. The Irish should still be able to put up a significant amount of points with Buchner at quarterback. Even though Notre Dame's defense was solid, the Irish still gave up 38 points to USC and 32 points to Navy. South Carolina should be able to score a good amount in this matchup. Our third pick is over 52 points. Concerning how much they score, the Gamecocks currently rank 45th in college football with 31.7 points per game. For the season to this point, the Gamecocks have compiled 3,094 yards through the air, in addition to an average of 257.8 passing yards per outing, which has them sitting 43rd in college football. The South Carolina Gamecocks hold an average of 381.1 yards per game, which ranks them 76th in the nation. The South Carolina offense has 756 penalty yards on 82 infractions, which ranks 33rd in college football in terms of giving up free yards. South Carolina has allowed a total of 2,309 rushing yards, 192.4 yards per outing, as well as 20 touchdowns by way of the ground game so far this year. They have yielded 22 touchdowns through the air, in addition to 199.5 yards per outing, ranking them 27th in Division I. The Gamecocks' defense has been on the field for 846 plays, which is good for 83rd in D1. The Gamecocks are giving up 27.5 points per contest, which has them ranked 78th in college football. In total, they have surrendered 330 total points. Our fourth pick is Gamecocks over 30.5 points.